death of T'Challa and actor Chadwick Boseman weighs heavy on Wakanda Forever, with the fictional nation struggling to replace both their monarch and their champion. The film also sees Marvel Studios deciding how to honor a man it was clearly ready to work with for years and years to come. We're joined now by film culture critic Carolyn Hines. Carolyn, you've seen the movie more than once already. Without giving too much away, how does Wakanda Forever wade through the massive absence of Boseman?
I think the film does a fantastic job of waiting, as you said, wading through the grief that the characters feel for the loss of T'Challa, who's their king, their monarch, but also their Black Panther, their protector. And the film, I think, also serves as a method of catharsis for the cast and for the crew and for Ryan himself, because when you watch this film, you can see that the grief is genuine. You can see that as the characters are processing their own grief, that the actors are working through their own grief through these characters. And as we know, acting is a medium where emotion and your body and and everything that your mental energy is used to convey these scenes, to convey what their characters are feeling. And I think this was such a unique situation. I think this is different in that they had planned to have Chadwick come back to play the Black Panther. He is the Black Panther. For the Black community, for many of us, we can't picture anyone else playing Black Panther. So they had a very challenging situation where they had to make the story work, not only as an entertainment medium, because ultimately the MCU films, these films are for entertainment purposes, but they also had to still remain grounded in the reality of the loss of this person that has meant so much to so many people. I'm happy that we got to say goodbye to him in this, and that the film gives us the opportunity to do that instead of just pretending that he was there and then he was gone.
And Ryan Coogler was praised when the first Black Panther came out for not succumbing to the traditional Marvel formula and for centering Black stories and Black culture. Is he able to do that again in Wakanda Forever?
Oh, he did. He played a lot of respect to West African and Central African culture with regards to especially the burial practices and the funeral procession. He gives an homage to that in the funeral sequence with everyone dressed in white. That's something that's also pretty common in West African and Central African cultures, where you wear all white and you have these dancing ceremonies. So that is acknowledged in the film as well. So one thing I appreciate about this film is that he doesn't make it strictly about sticking towards the MCU storyline. For me, this film could work as its own story, very much like Black Panther. And he does keep very much in practice with respecting West African traditions and Central African traditions and North American Black and Caribbean Black culture. And Ruth E. Carter and Hannah Beachler did a fantastic job with the costume design and the set design. And I just love this film. I love how it looks. I just love how it looks. It's so beautiful, and they pay so much close attention to details. And you can see it is about celebrating Blackness, and it's about celebrating Black ancestry and Afrofuturism as well.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Carolyn.
Thank you so much for having me.